at a dock facility along the shore as he wages a pressure campaign on Venezuela. But the U.S. offers few details. Trump initially seemed to confirm a strike in what appeared to be an impromptu radio interview Friday. When questioned Monday by reporters about an explosion in Venezuela, the president said the U.S. struck a facility where boats accused of carrying drugs load up. This is SRN News.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
My debt problem started probably about 2016. I needed my life to change financially. I called Trinity, and I ended up joining based on high credit card bills and high interest rate. And my counselor at Trinity has been great, and Trinity has been helping me to get on the right path of paying off these credit card bills, bringing down the interest rate. They have consolidated my bills into one low monthly payment. And now I am finally getting out of credit card debt. So I just want to say thank you, Trinity, for showing me a better and greater path.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-793-8548.
My name is Sharon, and soon I will be debt-free for keeps.
1-800-793-8548.
Hi, this is the Holiday Traditions Hotline.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid a Christmas jammies family photo shoot this year.
All right. Too big for a onesie?
Exactly.
How about seeing millions of lights, making ornaments, and watching live holiday shows?
That sounds perfect. But where?
At Dollywood Smoky Mountain Christmas, presented by Humana, November 1st through January 4th. Just plan your trip at Dollywood.com.
Real Country is 550 AM WAME, 92.9 W225BD, Statesville.
Live from the Randy Marion Studios on Signal Hill in Statesville, this is the Sports Recap Show with Brian Suarez, Harry Nostrant, and Mark Covert.
And happy Tuesday evening out there in Radioland. Actually, the final Tuesday evening of 2025. It's the Sports Recap Show here on 92.9 WAME, Real Country. Live from the Randy Marion Studios from Signal Hill Drive. I am Harry the Menu Nostrant, joined by my good buds and cohorts, plus an extra. We got Brian, the Professor Suarez. Big Steve.
Thank you.
Steve, what is your last name?
Childress.
That's what I thought. Childress. I almost said Childress, but I knew it wasn't that because you wouldn't have been with us. Yeah, and then to my left, my trusty companion there, that'd be Mark the Big Mac Covert.
Big man.
Yeah. And on the board, back from his basketball duties. Because he hasn't been with us for a few weeks, it feels like.
No, it feels like forever.
Yeah, calling Statesville Greyhounds basketball game. The voice of Greyhound basketball.
Hey!
Bryson, the Commander Davis. Boys, it's a pleasure and an honor to share this final Tuesday evening of 2025 with you guys.
Hey, before you get started, I got an announcement to make. Mm-hmm. This is a special day for me.
Retirement?
No.
Wait, hold on. Did you get your AARP card? For 2026? No, in the band. 2026 one.
No.
Medicare finally comes back. No.
Boys, today is my anniversary.
Oh.
Hey. Of what?
What do you think?
How many years?
Yeah, see, he's right. Mark knows what I'm talking about.
Dude, as a married man, I get it now. There's only one anniversary.
36, Mark.
Congratulations.
1989.
Congratulations on your bet this year. We love it for you.
and honestly, someone needs to give Danielle a medal.
God bless her. God bless her.
She's put up with you for 36 years. How long did you guys date before you got married?
About 10 months. 11
so
months.
Call it 37 years.
All expense, paid trip to wherever she wants to go.
That was last year.
Mine is Brian. Mine is Brian, yeah.
Boys, we're going to send her to Italy.
Today is the day. 36 years ago.
Congratulations.
Well, yeah, congratulations.
And congratulations, Danielle.
To you, to you and Mrs. Professor.
Yes. That is beautiful.
Wow, how about that? 36 years.
Yep.
Mark, you got a long way to go, brother.
God willing, we get there.
Well, that's what they say. First year, one down or one to go, and lifetime or no, one down, a lifetime to go.
The two most important words I've ever said in my life have already changed. I do. It's now yes, dear.
Mark is learning.
Hey,
quickly.
you're learning.
Yeah,
boy, Mark.
Adapt and survive. That's all it is.
You got a good chance of making it work. Bryson, it's cool. Me and you were just gonna do our thing.
Hey, man, we're just floating around.
Wait, Big Steve. What's your romantic life like over there?
Ain't nothing going on with me, pal.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Hey, freshman in college.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who needs a woman when you're a freshman in college? You got other things to worry about.
Yeah.
He's majoring in what are you doing? You're majoring
Sport communications.
Sports communications.
Yep.
So he's part of the broadcast.
Good man.
For Wingate football.
Yep. And basketball.
And he's a freshman, so he can't admit this, but he might be majoring in beer.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Not me.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Good. All right, boys. Well, let's kick off the final show of 2025 with the usual birthdays, trivia, interesting facts, and Brian, lead the way.
All right, so let's go birthdays first. Sandy Koufax,
Birthday.
Hall of Fame pitcher. Kerry Collins. Anybody know who he is?
Yeah, quarterback.
Yeah, former quarterback, the Carolina Panthers.
Penn State alum.
About Carson Wentz.
Okay.
Right? And he comes up because he was actually born in North Carolina. I didn't know that.
Carson Wentz was?
Yeah, I think Raleigh. I think he was born in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Huh, interesting. Had no idea.
And then two that everybody should know. One of them being, and this is wild that these two people have the same birthday. LeBron James.
Heard of him.
And then the other one is Tiger Woods.
Wow, they
have the same birthday.
Probably or easily considered the GOATs of their sport, born on the same day.
Yeah,
GOAT day.
Wow, if Tom Brady had been born on that day, I'd say that's 100% GOAT day.
All right, so we'll have one interesting fact, and I got two trivia questions. We're going to go with
I also have trivia, by the way.
We're going to go with the golf for trivia questions.
Yeah.
So here,
We're
boys, Tiger Woods, I believe, won 15 majors. I think that's right. I saw the little thing this morning. It's around here somewhere.
Okay.
Anyway, who was the oldest person to win a major golf tournament? At the age of 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days.
It wasn't Phil, was it?
Phil Mickelson won the 2021 PGA Championship at the age of 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days.
And then he dipped into the senior tour and then the live tour.
All right, one more real quick. Do you know who might be the youngest golfer ever to win a major championship?
Tiger Woods.
No, he was the youngest to win the Masters at 21 years and 3 months.
Oh, okay.
You won't get this one.
Oh, wow.
Is it someone that never won another one, essentially?
I don't know.
Because I had a guess then, but
go ahead.
It wasn't Arnold Palmer.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Because he was pretty young when he won his first.
I'll give you this one. Back in 1868, the British Open was won by.
Come on, man. Come on.
17-year-old, 5 month and 8 day old young Tom Morris. What a name, right?
There were 5.
Wait, his name was actually Young Tom?
Yes, young Tom Morris. That's what it is.
Hey, you know the only reason he was able to give us a trivia question? He was there. He saw it.
Yeah. All right, and then I'll give you.
They don't make names like they did back in the day.
Young Tom Morris.
Young Tom Morris.
Jimmy Crackcorn.
Hey, and then here's another one. Interesting fact with trivia behind it. So, do y'all know who Audie Crooks is?
No.
Audie Crooks?
Audie Crooks. AUDICROOKS.
That's what we call the person who plays bad music from the front seat.
Nope. Audie Crooks happens to be the center for the Iowa State Cyclones women's basketball, who's actually leading the nation in scoring right now.
Well, okay, all right.
To be fair, it sounded like an older name.
It really did.
It does, but now you know who I'm talking about, right?
Masters.
So listen, Audie Crooks this year is averaging 26.1 minutes per game, but she's also averaging 28.9 points per game.
Per minute.
In the last century, in this century, has that been done in WNBA, NBA, or college basketball, or major college basketball?
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
She has averaged 26 minutes a game, but she's averaged 28 points a game. Has that a point a game in this century, so since 2000, has anybody in the WNBA, the NBA, or major college basketball done that?
I would
average more than a point per game.
Right, or point per minute.
Point per minute. Yes.
I would say college basketball.
I'm going to say not at all.
I don't think it has either, but I have someone who probably would have came close, but No, I don't think it's happening.
I don't think scoring. If anyone for college basketball, to me, I would feel like it would have been Jimmer Fredette. But I think Jimmer played a lot of minutes, and it's the same thing with the NBA. A lot of the guys that score a lot of points play.
All right, Harry, you think you have an answer?
So I think I might.
Okay.
And I wonder. You said it's never happened in women's college basketball?
He's asking if it's true or false.
It's true or false. Has this happened in this century?
It has.
Where do you think it? Okay, so wait a minute. I think you got the right answer.
Yeah.
Where do you think it has happened?
Caitlin Clark.
No.
Oh.
Nope.
She played a lot of minutes.
All right, so here's the deal. It has happened one time in this century.
Okay, so I have another guess. Is it women's college basketball still?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No.
Harry, if it wasn't Caitlin Clark, it wasn't.
It happened. Here you go.
There was another good one.
Here you go.
No.
It happened in the NBA. In the 23-24 season.
It wasn't Russell.
It was done by Joel Embiid with the 76ers.
He played 17 minutes a game.
All right.
Because he was hurt the other ones.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's a fair question, though. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's all I got, boys.
What did he average?
I didn't write that down. They didn't have it on there. It just said that's the only time this century that's been done.
Well, yeah, but like I said, he was probably averaging 17 minutes a game.
It would have been in the 23-24 season.
Well, I have one.
I do too, but you go first.
All right.
Why?
So,
my God.
Who are the 3 NFL teams who have the best record since 2010?
Since 2010?
Mm-hmm. Including the playoffs.
The Chiefs? No. 2010, not 2000.
2010.
The Chiefs?
Okay, yep, they're number 2.
I'm still going to say the Patriots. But
they're number 1.
Yeah, Patriots, yeah.
And then?
Since 2010, Harry.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to be nice.
There was like 3 bad years.
I know.
And then we're on third,
yeah,
right?
3 bad years.
Third.
Imagine only half.
Is it the Steelers?
No.
Green Bay.
That was my next guess.
Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. That's funny.
Packers.
Good job. Y'all did great.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Harry, you're up.
All right. There's never been a rookie quarterback to win the NFL MVP. We know this. Has there ever been a second-year quarterback to win NFL MVP? And if so, can you name that or them?
I think it's yes, there has been, because it's such a specific question.
Oh, I'm loading this one.
So it's yes.
Oh, listen, Steve, let me explain.
What I'm saying, this is a tricky question.
Well, let me explain something to you. What's going to happen is we're going to probably get the right answer, but he's going to tell us it's wrong.
No,
because he won't. He'll go back and he'll clarify.
This is very specific.
And then it'll be like, oh.
Start with 1A. Has anyone or has a second-year quarterback ever won the MVP? There's question number.
Qualify second year.
Yeah,
in their second year in the league.
Yeah, but it's not like the NBA where like if you sit out your rookie year, you're still a rookie
exactly.
next year. Like you're
and if you're on the practice squad, is he counting that?
Yeah.
Has someone from the practice squad ever won an MVP?
If you've been paid in the NFL, that's a year.
Okay.
So would this count as JJ McCarthy's second year?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's and the answer to the question, boys.
We don't got a whole lot of time.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's yes.
Yes?
Yeah. I just can't think about who it was.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys are right. Can anyone name who has done it? And I will tell you, it's happened 4 times.
Oh, it's happened 4 times?
4 different players?
Wow.
Well,
I have a guess.
Well, yeah, nobody played the second year over again.
Wait a minute.
My bad.
I just think
I have a kind of a guess, but I'm not sure if it was his second year.
Who?
Kurt Warner.
Yep, Kurt Warner's one of them.
Tom Brady?
Nope, Tom Brady's not one of them.
Dan Marino.
Yep, that's another one. So you got 2 of the 4 so far.
In their second year,
he sat for a while.
Won the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Second year.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is the 3rd.
Lamar Jackson.
That is number 4. Well done, boys. Woo. Those are your 4 quarterbacks that have won MVPs in their second year. Might be joined by another one here this year. We will find out.
Matthew Stafford had a lot to say about that.
Yes, he did.
All right, and then I've got one before we move on really quick. Make this pretty easy. All right, fellas, there is one Power 4 college football team that shares their nickname or mascot name, if you will, with an NBA team. There's only one.
You said
it can't be Brown, Harry.
There's only one Power 4 college football team that shares the same mascot / nickname, however you phrase that.
LSU.
We definitely follow the same social media.
Is there a team in the NBA called the Tigers?
Oh, I'm thinking NFL. I'm sorry.
All right, wait a minute. So there's an NBA team, and you're saying a Power 4.
Yes.
Has the same nickname / mascot
name. Yes.
Well, it's not the Nets.
You are correct. That's very good. I'll also help you out. It's not the Magic either.
Is it the Warriors? No.
Eliminating
It's not the
who
word.
it
I'm asking
actually
you. I'm
is.
asking you to pick the college football team, not the NBA team.
Oh, okay.
Kings.
Again, pick the
Wait,
college football
then.
team,
And it's a
not
powerful-
the NBA team.
Oh.
It's a Power 4 school. I took 5 conferences away from you.
Yeah, so we get
There's
through
your
it.
hint.
It's going to
Let's see
be.
how well you know your mascot names.
Oh, yeah.
They
Wait,
did win their-
wait, you're
they
talking
did
about
win their
mascot
bowl
names,
game.
or like you're talking about like the New York or the New Jersey Nets, not like their mascot.
Mascot / nickname. Yes,
Okay.
that. Yes. They did win their bowl game this year, and they won it against an SEC school. So there's another hint for you.
Which doesn't help if you didn't watch the bowl game.
Sure it does, because if they beat an SEC team, they are not an SEC
Who's
team.
called the Cavaliers? Is there somebody
Virginia.
called the Cavaliers? The Virginia Cavaliers.
Yep.
Bingo.
Who did they play in their bowl game?
Here we go.
Missouri.
That's right. I was going to say there's certainly no.
That was easy. We should have got that so much quicker. Oh,
I
my
saw that on
goodness.
Instagram last week.
I was
but I
literally
couldn't remember.
I was
who it
literally
was.
going. I was literally going through every NBA division in my head.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's no one in the Hornets,
yeah,
the Heat. I'm like thinking, like, wait, no. There's no Grizzlies. I thought for a second there was Grizzlies because there is Montana, but they're not Power 4.
So, all right, boys, football picks real quick. 2 weeks ago, I was last at 5-3.
What?
Bryson was 6-2, and Harry was 7-1. Or Mark was 7-1. Harry was 6-2. So right now I'm at 632. Mark's at 679. Bryson's at 645, and Harry's at 678. Mark's got you by .001.
I know. It's catching up.
And you have quite a few less games that you pick.
That's okay. You just have to be good on the ones you pick.
Yep, that is exactly right. All right, boys, let's move on real quick. College football, let's go back and talk first about the first round playoff game review. We'll start off real quick. Alabama 34, Oklahoma 24. Oklahoma jumped out to a 17-0 lead. And then the Alabama offensive line, after a quarter and a half, and Alabama offensive and defensive line took over.
You said that wrong.
And then Oklahoma.
Harry walked Oklahoma was up 17-0. Then Harry walked in.
Well, yeah, that too.
The entire game changed.
And
Right?
Alabama went.
Hey, here's the other thing, too. Think about this. Bryson was rooting for the Hurricanes, and then the game changed that way, too, when Harry walked
I can't help it that you.
But either way, boys, that's kind of what happened, right?
So after, Harry did walk in, and the game changed.
Alabama took over in the trenches, and
The
bye Sooners.
Well, the pass rush that was there for Oklahoma early in the game just didn't last.
Yeah.
And Alabama made their adjustments. It comes down to things as simple as that. You go from the early parts of the game, you get out of your script, you start making those adjustments to counterpunch. Oklahoma didn't have any answers for the adjustments that Alabama had made.
Right.
Give credit to that coaching staff, that scouting department for getting ahead of it and making sure they were prepared when the time came.
Hey, you know what I find? Go ahead, Harry.
Well, I was going to say, too, and it was almost as if, and it was, too, the rolling tide. They turned into a little bit of an avalanche against the Sooners, and the momentum just it never really ever swung back towards Oklahoma.
True.
And a lot of that I think is, and I hate saying this because Oklahoma's a championship pedigree team to me, especially with a guy like
not a good enough offense.
Yeah, but I was just say that I think the fact is the offense couldn't keep up with Alabama,
right?
And Alabama's been there, done that. They've been in these situations this year a lot, and I mean. Again, we've talked about this before. It's so hard to beat a good team twice in the same season.
Agree.
So, I mean.
Hey, real quick, I want to jump in here. What I think is interesting is Alabama, even though they won the game, still struggled to run against the Oklahoma defense.
Especially early.
But their passing game was kind of like a substitute for running game. Short passes, completes, the clock keeps running.
But that's a great play
extension of the run
right.
game.
So here's what I find interesting. When you read about this week's game, Alabama against Indiana, right? They're saying if Alabama can't run the ball, they're going to have struggle. Well, wait a minute. They struggled to run, right?
It's a much different animal against Indiana.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is this is the same storyline, though. They struggled to run against Oklahoma, but they still won the game.
But if you look at Alabama's games this year, when they have struggled to run the ball, which hasn't been,
every game,
which I'll say hasn't exactly been uncommon for them this year, but when it's been really bad for them, which you got to think, if you go back traditionally to Alabama's good teams, they've had a very solid O-line, a very solid running game.
Right.
So if they're getting away from that, they haven't had as much success this year. I mean, if you look at the Georgia game, the SEC championship, they couldn't run the ball at all.
Right. Damn, minus yardage.
Exactly. So I think, you're talking about essentially the number one rated defense in the country in Indiana.
Which we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's why people are saying that.
Right.
But, I mean, here's the deal. Alabama found ways to to adapt, say, listen, we're not having as much success running the ball. Let's call some plays that's going to allow us to kind of get creative with where they're putting the ball and how they're spreading the ball out.
Agree.
And I thought Ty Simpson did a pretty good job overall doing that.
Right.
So.
Well, and I think the good way to do it is you can attack it two different ways. If they're going to stack the line, bring a lot of guys in the box, you can either go to the quick passing game, easy answer for that as long as you're executing, or you ask your offensive line to block their tails off so you can attack down the field.
Right.
Because a lot of times, again, you're in those one-on-one spots, you're asking for man coverage, and you're asking for your guys to win one-on-one. Alabama's got a really good wide receiver room. If they can win, and they did in the second quarter that's what happens. And that's what really upset the game. They started taking those deep shots, and they were connecting on them more than they weren't.
Well, and the other thing, too, is Alabama was really again, Ty Simpson did a really good job because Oklahoma's bringing that rush. And that's leaving essentially a lot of the middle of the field wide open, the short routes, the tight ends, stuff like that. And Ty Simpson did a really good job mixing it up where they were looking. I mean, I credit him at the play calling. It was just a good recipe for Alabama as that game went on.
All right, the next day, now I didn't see this game. I wrote a little bit, but I know y'all watched it because you're in the group text. Miami 10, Texas A&M 3.
Boy, I'm here to eat some crow right now. And I will go ahead and eat it because I said that it was going to be a 14-plus point win for Texas A&M. And they dropped 3 points on that vaunted Miami defense.
For what you said it was going to be the worst game out of all four?
That's what you
No,
you did say that.
No. I said it had the potential to be, but I also said
archived, right?
What did he say?
I said the James Madison Oregon game was going to be the worst.
That's right, you weren't.
I said the James Madison Oregon game was going to be the worst.
Okay.
So, I mean,
backing up.
No, do you want to pull up the tapes?
We can do that. We can do that because it was 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. Man, Texas A&M just did not finish their season very well. And for a team that, I mean, listen, I look at that Texas game at the end of the year. Okay, it is what it's a rivalry game. Things happen. Man, they never got back on their feet after that. They looked like dog crap. And listen, Miami came out. Their offense wasn't great, but their defense was very, very good against Texas A&M. I just thought Texas A&M looked ill-prepared and almost uninterested. I mean, is it kind of weird to say that, but
I think Miami was the aggressor.
They looked like they were fired up to be there.
Miami was the aggressor in that football game. From the first snap to the last, I mean, there were several opportunities where that broke their way. And from just sometimes it doesn't always mean scoring points, but field position makes a big difference. Yeah. When you've got A&M missing chip shot field goals, when your offense isn't doing their job, someone's got to step up. And that entire defensive unit did their job, allowed enough times late in the game. They scored the late touchdown to go ahead. And that was basically it at that point. Now, late game interception in the end zone to seal it, of course. Yeah. But, again, that's just a cherry on top of a day that the defense ruled overall, and they made the final statement in it.
Steve?
Well, yeah. I mean, I watched the game. I cut it on like the first quarter because I wasn't able to catch the first of it. I was at work. I came home. I was like, "Dang, this is gonna suck." I mean, it was like 3-3.
And it sucked.
Like, what are we doing? It sucked. Until the very end, then it sort of got exciting because then both offenses actually started moving the ball after the missed field goal and Miami went down and scored. But at least it was entertaining at the end, at the tail end.
All right. So then the other two games, we'll just mention them quick, right? Ole Miss 41, Tulane 10. That's kind of what we expected, right?
Yep.
Then they played earlier in the year. What was the score? I think it was 45 to 10.
It was very similar,
right?
Yeah.
And then the other game at night, Oregon 51, JMU 34. But James Madison scored a bunch of points in the second half of this game. I think they scored at least.
It was a lot of back and forth, like trading touchdowns essentially.
Yeah.
And Oregon only scored 3 in the second half. They had 48 at half. Yeah, they had 48 at half. They only scored 3 in the second half.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The game was put to bed. So
But it was a lot of trading touchdowns as the game went on. I feel like. I mean, Oregon didn't have to be aggressive really defensively at that point. And, of course, James Madison, as they should be, is still being aggressive. So that's how those games usually flow.
As a first half game. Yeah. It is interesting to note, though, by the way, James Madison comes off arguably their best year ever. I don't know if it's even arguable like they did. You make the playoffs, you go on the road against Oregon, you do your job, win the Sun Belt, yada, yada. Their entire offense is going to be replaced because 4 guys graduated and the other 7 are in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And then 10 of their defensive starters are not coming back.
Yeah, I hope they enjoyed it well.
Well, it's kind of the same situation with some of the other teams. North Texas, best season they've ever had. What happens? Bunch of guys hop in the transfer portal.
That's just the unfortunate thing that happens with these schools that are in smaller conferences.
Yep.
Is that don't get enough attention. They're like just builder schools.
Well, they're builder school, right? Because then the Power 4 comes in there and they poach.
Here you go. There will never be another player like Khalil Mack, right?
Yeah.
Who played at Buffalo for 4 years and was a stud.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was
those days are gone.
Genty, but
but what you're saying, that'll never happen again.
No, those guys,
1 year, they're gone.
Right.
By the way, Oregon scored 17 in the second half.
Okay.
Missed 3
All right, just checking. All right,
that's okay.
You passed. All right, boys. So here we go. First game coming up tomorrow.
And Ole Miss beat Tulane.
Oh,
rah.
I said that.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah,
he said
Ole Miss 41.
He was like, that's about what it was the first time they played.
Well, that was what we expected, and pretty close to the same score.
Just that one. Yep.
All right. So hey, tomorrow night, 7:30 on ESPN, the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State versus Miami. Boys.
Curse of the first round bye. Curse of the
How much does that matter?
Well, I'll tell you what really matters is
last year.
Ryan Day is doing the play calling on this one.
Who? Oh, because Brian Hartline would have been the OC.
Yep.
No, he still is. He's there.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
There, he's still there.
He's still there. I'm telling you, because I heard him say on College Sports on Sirius that he had told USF and other schools who interviewed him if he was not going to be allowed to be the OC.
Let me rephrase that. Ryan Day is taking over the play calling duties. He's still there. You're right, but Ryan Day is taking over the play calling duties. It's all over the internet.
All right.
So.
But I'm just saying,
you're so mad after you told us that the worst game was going to be Miami, Texas A&M.
No, I didn't. I said it was going to be Oregon, JMU.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
which it was wrong. It was still Tulane. Ole Miss.
Hey, here's what I think will have to happen. Miami is going to have to disguise their coverages and confuse Julian Saying, just like Indiana did in the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of time to digest that loss as well, and I think there's been a lot of lab work done there. I mean, look, Miami defensively, they're going to be after it, and they're going to look to be the aggressor. That film is still very fresh against Indiana for Ohio State. They're going to look to attack just like they did last week. The difference here is two things. One, better thrower of the football in Julian Sand than you had in Marcel Reese the week before.
Right.
And then on top of that, you got damn near gods on the outside at wide receiver that you have to cover. So if you're going to bring pressure and you're going to put people in the box, and you're asking for one-on-one spots, you're asking for trouble.
And let's rewind it real quick to
you're asking for trouble.
Let's rewind to the fact too that statistically Ohio State is the second best defense in the country. So that being said, this is a much different animal than Texas A&M, he's talking about the difference offensively.
Right.
Texas A&M couldn't muster themselves to put their jock straps on, I think, for that game. Ohio State will definitely be prepared.
Because Texas A&M can't run,
I'd agree.
The success kind of stops there. If Ohio State can't run, they can throw the ball.
Yeah. And I was going to say the other thing, too, is that Ohio State spent 98% of this season ranked the number one team in the country.
I agree.
They're going to be ready for this one. And if here what it comes down to ultimately for Miami, they win the turnover battle, they got a really good shot.
Yeah,
if they lose it, it's game over.
Well, the other thing is they struggled to score 10 points against Texas A&M, and the Ohio State defense is way better than Texas A&M.
Now the only thing that kind of helps Miami is now this is on neutral turf.
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, they did that at Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you handle that, you probably have all the confidence in the world. You can go into the Cotton Bowl and handle.
Well, the other thing too, though, is we'll have to see how the layoff plays out too. Yep. Ohio State hadn't played in like a month.
First round bye, man.
Right. It's been almost a month since the Big Champ. Well, close 20 couple days.
Yeah. I mean,
was the Big Ten championship was on probably
the beginning of December. 10th? No, it was earlier than that.
Almost 3
Was it earlier than that?
Yeah.
So maybe like on the 3rd or the 4th. So you're talking 27, 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm taking Ohio State.
24 days.
I'm taking Ohio State.
24.
Yep.
Yeah.
Making a pick, I'm taking Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the talent-wise, it was December 6th, yeah. I just think that the talent gap here is too much. I have all the confidence in the world in Miami's defense. I do not have much confidence in the offense from what we just saw.
Agree.
And, elements may have played part in that. It was a little bit windy, kind of weird day weather-wise down there in College Station, so You never know, but I just think talent-wise where it is, Ohio State, defending champion, they've got something that they want to prove, especially with the stigma, hey, first-round bye. None of the teams won after a first-round bye last year. I think they kick that curse straight off of them and they move on to the semis.
All right, I'm going to go rogue on y'all and go Miami.
Ooh.
I think they'll come up big and they'll end up winning. Nobody expected them to win last week. In fact, people were saying this game was going to be terrible, right? Did it not have the biggest point spread? Did the Texas Tech Miami game not have the biggest point spread? Or not Texas Tech. Texas A&M Miami. No, it didn't have the biggest point spread.
No, that would have been one of the other two.
Why do we keep thinking about those two awful games? JMU, it had like a 34-point spread, or just like 27.
All right, I'm going to say Miami.
Look, they got one last week, but they're not. This is not going to happen again. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Last game,
week and a half.
The last game, whatever. It's
whatever.
All right. Next up, Thursday starts at 12 o'clock on ESPN. The Orange Bowl, Oregon versus Texas Tech.
We're going to see this game. We're going to see if Texas Tech's $30 million or $35 million roster shows up
with zero playoff experience. Without any real success before this
the
year.
Most expensive roster in college football, mind you.
Yep.
Last year, that roster won the national championship.
Yes, it did.
The most expensive roster.
But who was that?
That is true.
That was Ohio State.
Yeah. That makes a little more sense. Texas Tech, because let's not forget, Texas Tech, before you could pay your players essentially to show up there, was not good. That being said, listen, Texas Tech has got a very good football team. Oregon is just Dante Moore at any given second could say, hey, look, that's my Heisman, and play like that guy.
Could.
Yeah. So obviously the Ducks go as Dante Moore goes, and I think Dan Lanning's done a really good job over there. I tend to trust Oregon more in this situation, especially their offense. Their offense, to me, I know Texas Tech has a good defense, but I think the offense for the Ducks may be a little too much for Texas Tech to handle.
I would not want to be playing against any Dan Lanning squad in this instance. Again, Oregon, number one seed in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Get blown off the field at the Rose Bowl by Ohio State, right? First half was an absolute nightmare.
It was over
for the Ducks. So you have that in the back of your mind, on top of the fact that Dan Lanning, again, is just an absolute maniac. Texas Tech is a very good team. They got a lot of talent. They've done really well all year. They've handled their business, right? I just look at Oregon, and I see last year happening what it was, a lot of guys still on the roster from last year. The taste in their mouth knowing that the one game against Indiana gets away from them. Was that the only game they lost?
Oregon?
There was another one, right?
No, they lost just Oregon. Or
just Indiana.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity after this game, as long as Indiana handles their business, to also be there. A little bit of motivation for the Ducks, for Dan Lanning and those guys. To me, it's Oregon. Texas Tech is good, and it has a chance to be the best game that we see this weekend. But I think, again, the playoff experience being what it is, I think Oregon's going to be fired up and ready to go.
All right, so I think this will be the best game of the weekend. I think what you're going to see here is Oregon relies heavily on the run. You've seen that all year, like run heavy. Texas Tech has an elite defense. But here's the other thing that I think you're looking at for Texas Tech is this is a step up in the quality of opponents.
Yes.
That they have played, and I think that's where your difference is going to be.
Who was the best team they played this year?
BYU.
Twice. They played them twice.
Right. And they beat them both times.
Yeah.
Right? Very handily in Lubbock. And then obviously
both times
really.
Yeah. So
now
good football team.
All right, so let me ask you this.
And their one loss was 4 points to ASU.
Hey, so let me ask you this. Do you think now just let me tell you this first. So do you realize that they are 1-2 nationally in explosive plays of 20+ yards?
That doesn't surprise me.
Offense?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Or Oregon being number one.
A Big 12 team? Really?
But listen to this. But they are also actually tied for fourth in defending explosive plays.
Well, it's easy to defend when you practice it all the time. I mean, no, really though.
But hey, wait, quick question. So are we talking about a high scoring game here? Explosive plays up and down the field?
I kind of think so.
You think?
I mean, here's my thought. If the game with Oregon and JMU went the way it did, I could very easily see it be a very similar outcome. Not outcome, but like a lot of points being on it.
Right.
What is the spread on that? Anybody know? Or not the spread, the over-under.
That's probably
I have the over-under. I got the spread.
I mean,
now, what I printed out today, the spread's Texas Tech plus 1.5.
And they're the home team, so that's essentially
It's depending on where you go. It's 51.5 to 52.5.
I was going to say like 58. So okay.
Boy, howdy. Harry.
That seems low.
That's like 20. Like low score there would be 26-25.
That's what I'm saying. It seems low.
I don't think that's low.
I see this as
like a pretty high scoring.
I see this as a 42-35 game, something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I'm looking at so here's the thing. I'm looking at Texas Tech's schedule. Last 4 games, they've given up 23 points, albeit, against UCF and West Virginia. But 2 of those games, again, were against BYU, where they give up 7 points each. So the defense is riding a high right now. The offense is moving well. I mean, they scored 34, 49, 48, 29, 43, 42. They haven't. God, there's only been one game all year where they haven't scored more than 30 points, and that was that loss to ASU where they only scored 22. So, I don't know. It should be a good football game. I'm probably No, you guys go first.
Just pick. I already went.
Did you say Oregon?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going Oregon, too.
Yep, Oregon.
No way, boys. I'm going to go Texas Tech.
He wants to throw some tortillas.
They're going to come up. Yeah. They're going to come through.
They're on the come up.
All right. Next up. 4 o'clock on ESPN, Alabama versus Indiana in the Rose Bowl.
See, you say that other game might be the best game of the weekend. This one, I think, has got big potential.
It always ends up being the Rose Bowl somehow. It never changes.
See, I think, personally, this is the worst game of the weekend.
Oh, no, that's that Ole Miss Georgia game.
Actually, I would agree with Harry on that, yeah. But we'll get to that in a second.
What'd you say, Steve?
I don't think so.
All right.
Well, go ahead.
You think this is the worst one, or you don't?
It could be, yeah. Okay. I can see that, yeah.
Alabama comes off the high again. Another team goes on the road, takes care of business against Oklahoma. And now God, this is so weird to stay still. You get number 1 Indiana in the Rose Bowl, and it's Heisman Trophy winner, really good football team, very well balanced. Again,
they've been the best team all year.
Curt Cignetti, another maniac of a head coach,
by the way.
They've
been the best team all year long. Most consistent, best team.
And that's, I think, the thing that drives them. I think their whole purpose is we're Indiana, and we don't give a whatever you want to put there. I mean, like, that's the whole thing. Like, everyone doubts them literally because they're Indiana. And they've taken that in stride. They've capitalized on it. Now they're the best team in the country by rankings, right? So, look, it's a West Coast trip for both of them. The effect still stays in play on both sides. I think Indiana's been willing, ready to go. Curt Cignetti has not let them rest a second in the months since they have played. God almighty, help me, Lord. Give me the Hoosiers.
I mean, I'm going Hoosiers, and I personally think this could be the worst game of the weekend.
I agree.
If Alabama can't run the ball, look out.
Well, and that's the thing. It's different because you always say, like, oh, I'm going to force you to beat me through the air now, right? No. I want you to beat me on the ground. I am sitting there saying I'm covering everyone across the board. I want you to run the football. I want you to run the football against us, and we can go ahead and do that.
That was not me.
It's always you.
No, that was not me. Is that someone's
That's
Siri?
you.
No, it's not.
It might be his.
It's not me. Siri over here talking to someone. It's not my phone.
Anyway,
sure. I think that's his. That's Mark's.
Anyway,
yeah,
Harry,
Siri's trying to make a big.
There we go.
This is my watch.
All right, Harry.
All right. Even Siri
What's your
doesn't
take?
believe in Alabama.
What's your take on this game, Harry or Steve? If you
I think Alabama. This is a totally different red team.
Sure.
They got to go against there with Indiana. Indiana's got the Heisman winning quarterback. They got the number 1 defense in the country. The only thing that Alabama has to me a chance to really make this a football game is if they jump on them early. Because you got to even think Indiana could be off to a little bit of a slow start with a little bit of a layoff. That's not out of the realm of possibility. If Alabama jumps up early, it can get up 2 scores maybe. Then they have a chance to win this football game. If they don't capitalize early, if they can't establish some sort of run or offensive rhythm, it'll be over. But I think regardless, I got Indiana winning the football game, but it could be interesting.
All right, Steve.
Also,
they're both crimson, by the way.
Alabama passed up on Curt Cignetti for Kellen DeBoer in their hiring process. And Curt Cignetti, he was the coach for Alabama back in the day with Nick Saban. He was a receivers coach. So that's might give him a little extra edge,
Mm-hmm.
Like
Incentive.
They didn't hire me. I worked for them. They didn't hire me. I was a good coach.
Because Kurt Signetti certainly needs more motivation to do it.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right. That's a problem because he's going to hold that in the back pocket, and he's a maniac, man.
Yeah.
Him and Dan Lanning are maniacs.
Yeah,
all right. I've wanted to coach my team.
Yeah.
I mean, look where they are. They have success. It's a great thing.
Anybody roll tide on this one?
Just the people that are clueless.
All right, so Alabama fans got it.
Yes.
Hey, the last game of the night, Ole Miss versus Georgia Sugar Bowl at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Yeah, okay, so real quick before we get into this, I find this interesting that it's 3 games in a row, 4 hours. So you would think there would be enough time, right, between these games to get the starts. It'll be interesting to see if the second and the third game get pushed back.
That was me.
Yeah, what was you last time too?
Knowing that.
It'll be interesting to see if the first game goes as planned and doesn't push back the second game and then the second one pushed back.
Well, what did we have happen last year? There was something that happened where a game got pushed back. Was that what happened in New Orleans?
I don't know.
Was it last year or was it the one year that Oklahoma and Georgia played in the Rose Bowl and they had, what double overtime?
That's what
I was going to say. If there's overtime in one of these first 2 games, that game might not start till 9 o'clock. All right.
Nick Chubb and Sony Michel.
Ole Miss versus Georgia. They already have played in the regular season. Georgia won 43-35. They outgained Ole Miss by 159 yards, and I believe they scored 17 fourth-quarter points to come back from a 9-point deficit to win the game.
And this is where the changes are going to come and make a difference in this football game.
Well, here's the other thing. Ole Miss played nearly perfect in that first game and still lost.
Correct.
I will say the only change is that Lane Kiffin is gone.
No. Like his staff is gone.
The players haven't followed him.
Well, of course they haven't. They're in the playoff right now.
Well, I know what I'm saying, but like usually we see like a lot of these because they have to transfer before the semester starts.
Hang on.
In the fall.
Hang on.
It sounds like he's minimizing the fact that Lane Kiffin's not there.
I think there was a rule change this year for playoff teams that if you are in the postseason still there, actively playing, your window is extended.
It is, yes.
I do not believe you have to leave.
Okay.
Because this was a problem last year.
Yeah.
Because there were players from playoff teams that were leaving. Now, if you want to, go right ahead.
Bo Prabula,
yes. There was a corner for Oregon as well that I believe already left.
But Mark, you're right. I think I read it today. It's extended. Those guys get until the end of the championship, and then there's a certain window there of 5 or 6 days for them to enter the portal. They don't have to transfer at that point.
But those players are still there.
Yeah.
But not having Lane Kiffin is a problem.
Yeah, but also, the last time Ole Miss played Georgia, obviously their defense wasn't that great, at the time. Since then, or in the past few weeks at the end of the season, they lead the nation in turnover ratio. So, that's a significant, jump that we've seen from their defense. And, they only lost by 7 points last time. If their offense can sustain,
and that's since they played Georgia, right?
Huh?
That's since they played Georgia, right? Okay, so then I can also make the argument that Georgia's gotten better since that game as well.
In the last 3 games against, Texas, Alabama,
and whoever else.
Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech. Yes. They've given up 26 points in the last 3 games against those 4
Now,
teams.
Ole Miss is a better offense than I think any of those 3 teams.
Yeah.
At this
I'd
point.
agree.
As a whole, better unit.
Right.
But didn't they lose in the Sugar Bowl last year?
Who?
Georgia. They lost to Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl last year.
They did. Yep.
Yeah. They're exercising demons down in New Orleans. All right. Go Dogs.
I'm on Georgia. Big Steve over here.
I got the Rebels.
I've got to go with Georgia.
All right. So, hey, real quick, it's
different Rebel.
We're going to go through this really fast. So, real quick, is the U back?
No.
Not yet?
Nope.
Me and Harry were talking about this. Maybe if they win tonight.
No, they never will be.
There's not enough convicts on their team.
All right.
That. But here's the thing. They say the U, what did they relate that to? What, early 2000s?
Yeah.
You're never going to see
90s.
You're never going to see a team like that ever again.
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed.
The amount of talent that was on those football teams, you will never.
All right.
Jason Taylor.
All right. Here we go real quick. Coaching carousel. Hey, coaching carousel. Michigan hires Kyle Windingham. Do you like that? You do?
I mean, it feels almost like Penn State Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
Late in the cycle, that's a grand slam.
I was going to say, for what they're dealing with right now, which we never got a chance to talk about, but what they're dealing with up there in Ann Arbor, I think that's a phenomenal get for them. Phenomenal.
Weird timing for him to step down, and then all of a sudden,
the next day, the Michigan job.
Yeah.
He's 66 though. So
again, Michigan reportedly knew. Well, that is the weird thing is his age.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
You bring him in at that point,
Yeah.
like it's.
Well, okay, so my guess
I'm
is
hoping
Michigan
it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Michigan's thought at this point is.
We need somebody.
Let's get the best available option that we can.
That's true.
They're not. I don't think they're thinking incredibly long term with this because of everything that went down. Because you got to think they weren't. I'm guessing there was no conversations had up until the whole point where Sharon Moore got
Probably
arrested.
not. That's
so
true.
Hey, we're going to fire our coach. And we're going to look for a new coach. So the fact that they could get him and secure this whole thing like rapidly, because you got to think there's a lot of things that are involved in it: recruiting, transfers, all sorts of stuff.
I agree.
So I think it was a great hire for them.
All right, next up, transfer portal quarterbacks. Lots of them, boys. Brendan Sorsby, Drew Menstemaker, Sam Levitt, Dylan Raiola, DJ Lagway,
Pat Mahomes Jr.,
Josh Hoover, Rocco Beck, and Bo Prabula is doing it again. So we'll see how this shakes
and also
out.
the kid from Carolina that went to East Forsyth.
Oh, Bryce Baker.
Bryce Baker, who will probably end up, as you pointed
Virginia
out,
Tech.
Virginia Tech, going to the coach that was at the other school on his list when he almost committed there.
All right, next up, Notre Dame. Should they join a conference?
Can we do this one quick?
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Yes. Like, what the hell? Yes.
All right, and then and then the other thing we'll mention about them is they're not playing USC anymore. They're going to pick up BYU. I kind of think that's a big mistake.
Because there's nothing quite like people saying, well, you should join a conference. Your competition needs to be better. By switching out USC, one of your better rivals, that usually is a good game. I mean, it's had some bad years because USC has struggled and Notre Dame struggled at times. But there's nothing like swapping out USC for a mid-team like BYU.
It's worth noting that teams can't freeze you out if you're in a conference. Because you have to have a conference.
Also true.
Well, hey, here's the other thing, though, too. You know, the conferences are starting to go that you have to play a certain amount of games against Power Fours, like 9 or 10, which is going to make it harder for Notre Dame to schedule those teams.
Correct.
They're not in a conference.
Which, by the way, wasn't it USC that said no? Because they didn't want to give Notre Dame that leverage? I believe USC was the one that said no, not Notre Dame.
That backed out?
No, Notre Dame was the one that ultimately backed out.
No, it was Notre Dame.
Okay, so they're stupid. That's it.
But it comes
stupid in South.
It comes down to a lot of this right here, which is odd because again, when Notre Dame and USC play each other,
they get that.
That's the first.
That's what
That's the first game that sells out.
They get money.
Yeah.
Because it's a historic rivalry.
Yeah.
So they're stupid in South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, here we go. Real quick, we're going to go to the NFL Week 17 game review. We're going to start off with Dallas 30, Washington 23.
Keep losing, boys. This is what we're pulling for.
Number one.
They'll never get that.
Look,
go ahead.
I know we don't have a lot of time. I had a great argument with a guy, and this was a friendly conversation.
He said it was an argument.
I don't think that it was a friendly conversation, and I won the conversation. It was an argument. I received a decent amount of hate for explaining my desire for my team to lose starting several weeks ago. There's no playoff hope, obviously, for Washington. That ship sailed a long time ago. So, what does that make me a fake fan or a false fan for wanting my team to lose? And it's the strategy of the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Bryson, I'm going to, real quick before you continue, I'm going to tell you, last game of the season, Patriots are playing the Bills. We have no business even being in that game. Yeah. Guess what? We lose, we get the number one pick. Exactly. You know what I'm hoping for? Us to lose. You know what the Bills did? Let us win. Exactly. And guess what they're dealing with this year?
Exactly.
All right. So, hey,
there's my point.
Can I rephrase it for you?
Sure.
You don't want your team to lose, but you're not hurt when they do.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, look,
because it makes you sound like less of a loser the other way.
Yeah, right. Hey, but listen, real quick, you did have Ja'Cory Crossett Merritt,
Bob,
help carry the offense with 105 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on just 11 carries. He was a 7th-round rookie running back.
Yeah,
so there you go.
So, look, I mean, it's that point of the season. I hope Philly has a great game next week, and we'll see you in the draft.
All right, next up, New England 42, Jets 10. Harry.
Well, this one got ugly quick.
Your quarterback set one of the most efficient games in NFL history. He completed 90% of his passes for 254 yards and 5 touchdowns, making him the first quarterback in NFL history to finish the game with at least 250 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and a completion percentage above 90%. Mm-hmm. And the 5 touchdown passes were to 5 different receivers.
Yeah. Wait, he also had a rushing touchdown, too, did he not?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had a rushing touchdown, too.
I don't know. That's not mentioned in here.
Okay,
I think he did.
If he didn't, either way, yes, phenomenal game, and it's just par for the course for Drake May this year with his accuracy and efficiency. He's been this is probably historically one of the better, accuracy seasons for a quarterback, I would say. I don't know that for a fact. I could just be talking out my butt.
72%. That's pretty good.
He's had a pretty good year accuracy-wise. But I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not going to beat this horse to death. This is a product, and I'm not knocking Drake May at all. He's had a phenomenal year, and he should be very proud of it.
No, he did not.
Huh?
He did not have a touchdown.
No rushing touchdown? Okay. No. It may get called back.
May.
This is a product of being in the right system as far as coaches go. Josh McDaniel coming back and coaching, the Patriots with Drake May. Mike Vrabel bringing his system here and his product. So, because I don't think we're in the same position if Gerard Mayo is our coach again this year. And that is, again, I feel bad about what happened to Gerard Mayo, but this was how it was supposed to be. So these couple years of misery we had were – I'm like to say they're not for nothing right now, but I think with Drake May's big game he just had and Matthew Stafford having the great game he had, Drake May has probably sewn up the NFL MVP, I would say.
All right, so let's talk a bit. I want to tell you something about the Jets. So think about this. There's tanking, and then there's losing so bad that everyone deserves to be fired.
I don't think they're tanking. I just think they suck.
They're pretty steady where they should be.
It's not even tanking.
Their starting quarterback was his third career start, and I think he'd had like 17 sacks in those 3 career starts. Or excuse me, 2 career starts leading up to that.
The Jets would love to be tanking right now. That's what it comes down to.
They'd be like,
we would love to tank.
We're doing it on purpose.
They need the factory reset.
Oh, well, that's good because the next game I'm assuming is coming up is going to be us losing to the factory of sadness.
Next up, Cleveland 13, Pittsburgh 6.
Did you know that the final Sunday night football game of the year is usually reserved for a very highly contested game, usually for a division title and division rivals at that, and winner doesn't even, or loser doesn't go to the playoffs?
Wait,
and
so
what
the
are we
Panthers
getting?
and the Bucks are on Sunday night? That's cool.
Nope. Not that one, because there's another scenario now where that could not matter at all.
Yep. You're right.
Thank you to the Falcons last night. We'll talk about that in a second.
No, we will. Yeah. No, that game's going to matter either way.
Whatever you want to say about it, terrible game in Cleveland. The Browns in the last 8 games have been against the Steelers at home are 6-1-1. Where is my Ben Roethlisberger when I need him? Bad game the whole way across the board. Nothing went right, and Baltimore handled their business on Saturday night against the Packers. So. Winner take all, loser go home on Sunday Night Football.
How fitting of you to wear brown tonight.
Better. Did you lose a bet?
Yeah. You lose a bet, you're wearing brown.
I mean, they are still giving it to you. They're still giving it to you today.
Well, listen, if it had been brown pants, it made more sense.
As long as he doesn't have brown underwear, that's another problem.
All right, next up, and I might let Big Steve handle this one, but
no. Go ahead, you first. Let's talk about
next up. I know he's a fan too.
I know, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Seattle 27, Carolina 10. Well, you can't win when you got 2 turnovers, no offense, 139 yards of total offense, and 54 yards passing.
Yeah.
And you want to know what really made me the maddest about this game right here?
They ran out of beer in the suite.
No, listen. I was actually there, and this is what happened at the end of the game. So it was 27-10. Harry, you know this is my pet peeve, right? So it's 27-10. There's like 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Carolina's got the ball, right? So they run the ball, one play. They go the 2-minute warning, and then they kneel down, and I'm watching it going, are you kidding? Like, seriously, I know you're not going to score 3 times, but you're giving up. You are giving up. Kneeling down. I'm like, are you crazy?
A football coach I know posted on his Facebook. He goes, I've never seen a losing team go into victory formation.
It is a very sad sight.
I was like, are you kidding? No, wait, are they kneeling down? And I'm like, wait, did he just kneel down? And then I see him line up for the 3rd down, and I'm like, oh, my God.
They just realized they have business to handle next week, and there's some serious matter going on.
They gave up. They didn't kneel down. They gave up.
Thank you. And
it doesn't matter, but it's just so darn.
That tells me that I wonder if there was some issues on the sidelines with that happening, because I feel like most coaches aren't going to let your team do that.
No. I watched the interview. Dave Canales addressed it.
Did he say that's what he told him to do?
No, yes, like that was intentional. I watched the post-game interview.
I got to tell you, I feel like Dave Canales would have been literally running on the field if it was not his idea to do that.
Yeah.
I would be. If my team's just kneeling out the football,
I'm just wondering,
I didn't tell him to do that.
Part of me just wonders if there was a little mutiny.
But I think that's bad. I think that's a bad look.
Well, so
run some plays.
Here's the good news. The Bucks looked god-awful last week. Yep. And they are not rolling into this matchup either.
True.
I wonder if Dave Canales just got on the thing with the coach over in Seattle and goes, "Hey, we're just going to take a knee, though."
And then the other thing is they were on third down. They were 1 for 11.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
And I will say this, being at the game, they got Seattle into third and medium to third and long
and
a bunch.
Get stops.
And just couldn't stop them.
Okay, I want to turn to a pivotal moment in the game. Yes, you're right on that.
I can tell you the moment you're talking about.
When it was 3rd and 16, and they throw a screen pass, and J.C. Horn face masked the guy.
Yeah,
we could have got the ball back in good field position.
That was a big one right
there.
I'll raise
we could have got the ball at the 40, and we could have driven down the field and scored a touchdown.
That was huge.
I'll raise your pivotal.
It would have been 2020 with.
I'll raise your pivotal moment when you get a turnover at the start of the second half. And then you immediately give the ball back.
Yes, that's true.
But
the big one too was the face mask. They was oh man, that was. Oh,
yeah, but what was the score when they got that turnover switch? That was what 10-7 or 10-3 at that point? No,
the second one.
It was 3-3 still. It was still 3. No, where they got the interception in the end zone.
Mike Jackson in the end zone.
It was 3-3.
It was.
That right there could have 100% changed the tone of the game for the Panthers.
Yes. And then we fumbled.
Yep. The very next play.
The very next play. Yep.
And granted, listen, the defense for the Seahawks did what they needed to in that situation. Real quick, can we just talk about Sam Darnold for a second?
Nope.
No, real quick.
Good. Nope. We're not.
Good.
No. Not that. What? Go ahead.
The last 2 teams he has played for, he has led them to very good seasons.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then did what? Last year.
Lost in the playoffs.
And lost in the last with the number 1 seed in the line.
Yeah,
got demolished in Detroit and then got demolished against the Rams in Arizona. Very weird sentence.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying he's
all right.
put together.
I'm not saying squat about regular season Sam right now until we see something this week.
All right.
Because this week it's not on here. This week, again, same situation.
The Rams?
The
49ers.
Yeah, on the road. Again, same situation as last year. It's Groundhog Day.
Yep, that's the Saturday night game. All right, quick up. Power rankings. Most of them have Seattle first, New England second, Jacksonville third, Denver fourth, and then San Francisco fifth.
Hey, I would agree with that. Except I would switch 1 and 2.
He's not going to agree with this either. Liam Cohen is the coach of the year.
Oh, 100%
for me.
Yeah,
Harry, Mike Vrabel's been great.
No, I could agree with that.
Mike Vrabel's been great. This is Mike Vrabel's second job, so he's been a head coach before.
Yeah, that's why I would make that argument.
You took a 4-win Jacksonville team, have turned them around out of 12 wins, and then on top of that, the last couple weeks, this week not really included.
Go back to their Texans
bad.
He
wasn't bad. Trevor Lawrence has been on lock, boys.
And how about Ben Johnson too? As well,
another candidate. I mean, those are your 3 guys.
You're taking the Bears franchise as a whole and uplifting them.
That's a whole different story.
So here's the thing, though. When you talk about Liam Cohen, what he did, I mean, Mike Vrabel's essentially done the same thing.
Not as a first-time head coach.
No. But then that's the difference. So you're 100% right.
Yes.
All right.
So I could agree with that argument.
All right, here we go, boys. So we're going to pick Panthers and Bucks. Here's the playoff scenario that Mark's been getting at. So in this game, the Panthers win. They win the title, and they're in the playoffs. Yes. If the Bucks win, they're not necessarily in the playoffs because since the Falcons won last night, if the Falcons were to beat the Saints on Sunday,
let's face it, could happen.
And the Bucks win this game, guess what?
Falcons are in.
Panthers are in the playoffs.
Oh no, that's right.
It should be known that both of those teams, by the way, are going into that game winning 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They're on heaters.
So the
Falcons and Saints.
The Saints have won 4.
Yep. And here's the funny thing.
I think it's 4.
The funny thing.
Even better.
It's a division that nobody wants to win.
Yep. Hey, how crazy is this, though, too? Listen to this. The Rams have, 5 losses on the season?
Mm-hmm.
1 to the Panthers and 1 to the Falcons.
And the Seahawks lost to the Bucks earlier in the year, too.
Bingo.
All right, so, boys, I'm gonna say the Panthers are going to come through.
They've
been win, loss. They lost. They're up for a win.
But this was the game against the Seahawks is normally the one where they slip up and win, and then they lose to the crap team. So it's a little off pace for them right now. But I
that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking we're going to win last week and lose this week.
I've got the Bucks. The Panthers.
I've got the Panthers, but them being on the road scares the living daylights. There's been a big difference last week, notwithstanding. There's been a big difference between the Panthers at home and the Panthers on the road.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
A big difference.
This is true.
All right, but how about the
win at Lambeau? That was impressive to me.
Hey, and
you're going against a faux Super Bowl contender. So.
Just a quick FYI, that game is on Saturday at 4:30, I think.
Yes,
and then
this was so easy, dude.
The Saturday night game is the Seattle and 49ers.
This was so easy, right? Just Panthers Bucks at 1, Steelers Ravens at 4, Niners Seahawks at 8:00 on Sunday. This was so easy.
Yeah.
But the NFL sucks.
Well, but you know what though? No, not necessarily. No, listen, because the 1 and the 4:00 game wouldn't be standalone games. There are other games at that time. So it was put this way, so they're standalone. Yeah. There's no other games opposite them.
Respectfully, outside of the cities of Tampa Bay and Charlotte, no one in the rest of the country is going to care about this football game.
I know, but TV's going to do it. That's how they're going to do it. All right, Commanders and Eagles. Bryson.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, the Eagles. The Eagles.
Bird.
Fly, Eagles. Go Birds! Right? All right, next up.
One in
By the way, would really like to thank the Eagles and putting some form of pressure on Josh Allen as he rolls out to go for the 2-point conversion, and he sails the ball out of the end zone. Really great job. The guys wide open.
It was off to the side.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Dolphins and Patriots. I don't think there's any question on this one for me.
If it was in Miami.
I was going to say, wait a minute. Hold on. If this game was in Miami, I'd be sweating bullets. and nothing to do with the temperature. Patriots should win this one.
Yeah. All right, and then Sunday night, the battle for the AFC North.
I feel terrible.
It's going to come down to the last position.
Ravens and Steelers.
I don't like any bit of this. Usually when that happens, that means we pull through. So Steelers.
Have the Steelers missed the playoffs under Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they.
Oh yeah,
they haven't had a losing record.
We never had a losing record. Huh?
Did y'all miss the playoffs last year or 2 years ago?
No, we made it like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Oh, I thought it was the year y'all went like 8-8-1 or something.
No,
Mark, I think you're going to come through pull through this time.
Again, there may be no T.J. Watt. There's no D.K. Metcalf. There's no Darnell Washington because he broke his arm last week. But my God, look, game plan. End of the day, do what the Packers didn't do stupidly at that. Derrick Henry's number 1 priority. He's the number 1 priority. He's number 2 priority. He's number 3 priority. I don't care which quarterback it is, because Lamar Jackson's hurt. If he comes in and plays the game, he's not running the football. It's either him or Tyler Huntley. I want you to beat me throwing the football. Hands down. I'm stacking the line. I'm stocking Derrick Henry. I'm going to make Baltimore throw the ball to beat me. I think as long as Pittsburgh can do that at home, I think the Steelers take care of business.
All right, boys.
Anybody else got picks?
Oh, I think, yeah.
I was going to say.
I thought you already did.
No. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah.
You're going rogue.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens because I think Derrick Henry still pops off, and if the Steelers win, it's because Derrick Henry fumbles the ball at least once.
It's fair.
Oh, lock that in.
Fair assessment.
Lock that in.
I'm going with the Ravens as long as Lamar Jackson's playing.
Oh, he's qualifying now.
100%.
This is called, man. Him and his back.
I don't like the Steelers without DK, and if TJ Watt's not playing either, that's even worse. So, I don't know. It's a home game for them, so we'll see. But I got the Ravens.
All right, boys. It's been a fun hour and 3 minutes here on the Sports Recap. We thank Big Steve for coming in and joining us this week. Good luck going back to school. I think you're going back this week, right?
Go back next week.
Next week.
Oh, next week. All right. So
condolences.
Hey, everybody have fun watching the games this week, and don't forget Wednesday night.
Go ahead. No.
And then Thursday.
That's right. And for all of our loyal listeners out there, all 4 of you, we would love to thank you for another great year of the Sports Recap Show. And we want to thank Billy Buck and everyone at WAME. We'll be back next year, which is also next week, here on the Sports Recap Show, here at 92.9 WAME.
Happy New Year.
Country is 550 AM WAME, 92.9 W225BD, Statesville.
With us are in news. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A newly unsealed order in the criminal case against Kilmar Abrego Garcia reveals that high-level Justice Department officials pushed for his indictment only after he was mistakenly deported and then ordered returned to the U.S. Abrego Garcia has pleaded not guilty to charges of human smuggling. He's seeking to have the case dismissed on the grounds that the prosecution is vindictive. Lee Enterprises has announced a compromise with the billionaire investor who tried to take over the nation's third-largest newspaper chain this year. The deal is intended to help stabilize the company's finances with a $50 million investment and set Lee up for the future. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 94 points. The Nasdaq dropped 55. More details at srnnews.com.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is